I do think when we talk about using these models, again, the prompts we use, how we prompt these models is very important. If we say revise something and then we provide them with text and we just have provided the instruction revise this, well, it's going to change a lot of the content and it's going to read very artificial AI written and also potentially problematic. Less instruction you provide to AI, the more it's relying on its training data, potential existing sources, plagiarism, those kinds of things. The more direction you can provide on what specifically you want the model to enhance, such as revise the following for clarity and quality, the less the AI is actually being incorporated into there in terms of drawing on existing content. So if you were to take this same prompt here, this same sentence in this example on the right, and tell ChatGPT to just revise it, it would rewrite it completely. And if you put that into like a GPT checker, it's going to say that this is AI written. If you put the prompt revise the following just for clarity and quality, and you put that sentence in there, it will revise it, and what comes out will not be identified as AI written because it's really not AI written. It's AI revised, enhanced, improved to read more clearly. In the same way we use grammar check in Microsoft Word, or we use Grammarly to enhance what is written. One of the really exciting uses of AI within the academic writing process, in my opinion, is using AI for data analysis. So one of the barriers that even I faced coming from a very small university in the United States was we did not have access to statistical packages like SPSS. Even for my dissertation work, I had to get a grant to access different quantitative and qualitative analysis packages. GPT, for instance, these large language models can do all of this analysis for us. It's very good at identifying patterns. But beyond just that, it explains what it's doing as it's doing it. So if I were to perform an analysis in SPSS, I don't just need to collect the result. I need to be able to understand how it got to those results so I can explain it in my manuscript. If I have a tool like ChatGPT that's going to explain to me how it came to this result, then I can learn more about how it got to that point, and I can then use that to teach you in my manuscript how we get to that point. Now, there are limitations, there are gaps. AI models are not always correct. They can hallucinate, they can cause issues. So I don't think that it should completely replace the analysis that you yourself perform, particularly when we talk about qualitative analysis. And it can certainly perform qualitative analysis as well. If you provide it your code book and you provide it some text, it can help code and arrange. But I would strongly advise or caution that you don't want that to replace your coder 1 and coder 2. So if I've used ChatGPT for qualitative analysis, which I have in one study I've published, I have also still included the traditional coder 1, coder 2 for doing the coding as well. In that case, the large language model essentially serves as coder 3, and the idea is to enhance rigor by having that additional coder, that additional non-biased coder who's not affiliated with the project necessarily, and comparing their codes and how they code the data to the two researchers who were involved in coding the data. Same thing with quantitative analysis. I'd always check the results against another software or another calculation that you perform, but the descriptions, the analyses, the detail that it can provide describing how everything was calculated can be really helpful for informing how you might want to describe to your readers how these results are calculated.